Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another Title Tuesday. I have Eric Downing joining me again today. My name is Brian from the Simple Team. And what I want to get into a little bit today, Eric, is so last week we talked about kind of a little bit of what is a purchase agreement and an assignment addendum or assignment contract. Now I want to know kind of when is the best time for a wholesaler to send that over to title to kind of start that process?
So there's kind of two answers to this question. With our seasoned investors, the ones that we work routinely with, they'll oftentimes send us their purchase agreement as soon as they get it signed with the seller, because they have the confidence that they're going to have an end buyer for that based on what they've got in terms of a buyer's list and relationships out in the industry. And so we can go ahead and kind of start the title work and be able to report back to the seller or to the buyer, like, these are the obstacles we're going to have to go through. And a lot of times that can then shorten the time frame. Once they get the second contract or assignment contract signed, we'll be able to get to the closing table much sooner. When I work with new investors, I often just kind of warn them that while title companies don't charge cancellation fees, it's pretty much an industry norm that we don't. We also aren't going to allow very many cancels to occur without sending you down the road and asking, and really no title company is going to continue, because we incur costs with every transaction, several $100s before it gets to the closing table. And so it's just important that you feel confident that you're going to have an end buyer before you submit that contract. We can still move quickly with the deal, but you just want to make sure you have confidence that you're going to secure an end buyer and bring to the table.
Yeah. And that all comes into of like, hey, are you making sure you're getting your property under contract at the right price that you are going to be able to move it, that you're confident that you will be able to have a buyer for it, that you have a solid buyers list that are looking for properties like the ones you're getting under contract? Because it is a fine line. It's one of the best things you can tell your end buyers when you're marketing your property is, hey, it's already at title's already cleared, that type of thing. But then there's also that fine line of like, you don't want to send it over to title, to the title company early, and all of a sudden you can't move it, and then you have to cancel, your first 2 or 3 contracts with them and stuff. So it is a fine line of something you need to work on and work with. That's why I also recommend of kind of maybe even working with, a larger and established wholesaler that has done it multiple times. It can kind of help you through that process, or maybe they'll double close on it for you and be able to, you go ahead and start that title process. They can double close on it for you and then kind of JV at the end. That's always an option as well. But make sure it all comes down to analyzing the properties, and getting the properties under contract at the right time. So when we send it to Eric and his team, they can work on it. It's going to be good for you, and you can market to your end buyers like, hey, the title's already clear. You can do this. But until you get to that point of knowing that, being confident, knowing that the property is going to move, of like, maybe you want to make sure you get traction with your property or that you have an end buyer before sending it over to title. Once you get that process down, it's like, get under contract, send to the title, let them do their work, let them do their thing, and you're going to be good to go. So awesome insights, Eric. Really appreciate that, man. And if somebody wants to reach out to you, if they have any more questions about you, what title does, what the title process is, or just about your company in general, where can they go?
Absolutely. Yeah. So our website is www.hockertitle.com. My email is eric.downing, so eric.downing@hockerlaw.com. And then you can reach me by phone at 317-578-1630.
Awesome. And if you need anything from me, definitely reach out to me at brian@simplewholesaling.com. Reach out to us on Facebook as well, Simple Wholesaling Facebook page or the Wholesaling Made Simple Facebook group. Love to connect with you on there. And with that, that's another Title Tuesday. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.